Good people of the internet, my name is Iotas and this is the ArtilleryBears review of FTL. FTL is described by the developers, Subset Games, as a roguelike-like game. It's set in space and, as you can probably tell, it involves spaceships, and specifically running away from these ones. It's kind of complicated to describe, so I'm just going to jump straight in and explain things as I go. This cannot possibly end badly. So this is the ship select screen. There's 9 different ships to choose from. I only have the basic one at the moment. Each ship has its own different layout. As you can see here, you have different rooms, and inside each room you have different subsystems like weapons control, the med bay, the piloting bridge, yes, that'll do, and you also have some crew and some basic weapons. So I'm just going to jump straight in. So this is the game. This is how it looks, basically, and at the moment it's paused. So if I just unpause it, you have your 3 crew members, and you can click on them and order them to go to any part of the ship, which comes in very useful later. So I'll stick him on the shield and her. She can go on the guns. Down the bottom here we have the guns and the subsystems, and we have a certain amount of power, which is represented by these green bars. Now what you can do is click on them and you can put power to certain subsystems, or you can right click and you can take power away from certain subsystems. And obviously you only have a certain amount of power, and you have a certain amount of subsystems which require power. So what I'm going to do, I can power up the 2 guns I have, but if I do that I can't power up the engines to full power. Or I could deactivate the missile launcher and have full power to the engines, which is what I'm going to do. The shields mitigate damage, the engines increase your evasion stat, so on and so forth. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to disengage the med bay because I don't need that at the moment, and I'll stick the missile launcher on. So the whole idea is, you click jump, this is a galaxy, and the point is that there's a enemy fleet coming in from this way, and you have to jump through the galaxy as quickly as possible in order to avoid them, and to get to the end so that you can reveal the super secret weakness to the super powerful battleship thing of evil that is going to destroy the rebel or the Federation base. Yes. And you have to travel through this at faster than light. FTL. Haha. So this is the map. These are all the places you can visit, connected by the green lines. These are all the places we can't yet visit. So if I go here, the ship jumps off. And I've landed in an asteroid belt. Wonderful. And I've encountered a pirate. Also wonderful. Every single time you jump you get a encounter like this, and sometimes you fight things. Other times it'll just say that there's problems on a planet, like they have some sort of deadly plague and you can send people down to help them, and then random things happen, like say you send a crew member down, they might die to the plague, or they might cure it and then you'll get someone from the planet to join your crew. So it's pretty good, certainly in terms of the variety of events. But anyway, we must deal with this one. Immediately moves into attack. We shall turn and fight. So if you press space you can pause it and get an idea of what's happening. So this is the enemy ship, and we can see it has subsystems just like ours, and using our guns we can actually target individual subsystems. So that's the shield, which is what I'm going to target. Missiles, incidentally, they actually penetrate any shield you have. So what I'm going to do is, because I've targeted the shield generator, my missile will just sort of sneak through, blow up the shield generator, and open him up for my lasers, which shall target his guns. And then we shall resume and watch it play out. Now also, because we're in an asteroid belt, we're constantly being bombarded by little asteroids which are weakening our shields. And you can see there now, this is because these are coloured orange, it means they've taken a certain amount of damage. And now, because that's damage, he doesn't have any shields. You can also see that my gunnery station, that has taken damage, but because I have a crew member there, she is kindly repairing it for me, which is very, very nice. But while she's repairing that, normally she gives a bonus to reload speed, and while she's repairing it, she doesn't give that bonus anymore. But also, you'll notice, because I've taken damage, one of the power things I can use has been damaged, it's been taken off. So I can't actually use the full 3 power anymore. I can only use 2 of them. So I can only use one of these weapons at a time now. But luckily, because the shields are down and they no longer deflect my lasers, I can use that quite nicely. Quite like this. That's the actual laser gun there. You can actually see it charging up. It's a very nice attention to detail. And he's just sent some sort of flaming mine over and has blown up my shield generator and set it on fire. Thank you. So fire, it'll spread throughout your ship, and as it spreads it damages subsystems along the way, but it doesn't actually damage your ship. Your ship has health up here, it also has shields. Shields critical, thank you. It's because they're on fire. Yeah, but when your health reaches 0, your ship explodes. Fire luckily doesn't damage it, but that cannon there he has, that most definitely will. So if I move this person into there, and she can help put the fire out. Blown up his ship, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. And now because we've blown him up, we get loot. Hooray! So they're putting fire out. And what I might do is... No, I'm not going to jump out of here, because if I jump out of here, I might get in combat, and that would be bad. So you can see they're just repairing that up, and I'm going to send them into the med bay. If you remember earlier, I took power off the med bay, so I'm going to have to divert power from the engines to the med bay. That's alright. So what I'm going to do now is get out to this asteroid belt and just jump over here. This looks interesting. Your arrival is greeted by numerous computer alerts. The nearby automated rebel scout has deployed a virus and disrupted your shield system. Hopefully it won't cause further problems. I don't have any... Oh, and he has a... Wonderful, he has a combat drone. At least now, because he's disabled my shields, I have those 2 power that would have been on the shields I have left to spend, so I can have full power to the engines and full guns and a med bay, which is very, very nice. Now, both of these are in the med bay, but because they've been working at certain stations, they are gaining experience in certain things. You can see Mullet here. He is gaining experience as a pilot. So as he continues to pilot, he'll eventually get better at it, and he'll give special bonuses to the ship. And the same goes for AJ here. He's getting better at shields, and Marie isn't getting better at anything except fixing things, but we'll stick her on gunnery, and she'll get better as time goes on. And that's his drone. Quite why he's attacking my shield system, I don't know, because yeah, he's just disabled it. Whatever. He has shields. I don't like shields. I'm going to blow his shields up, see how he likes it. Oh. Yeah, this isn't going well for me at the moment, as you... Yeah. Yeah. What you can also do with the guns is, if you click auto fire, they'll continue firing at the same location as often as possible, which is quite nice because it means you have maximum damage output. But sometimes you might not want that, because if a ship has some very, very large shields, then you might want to focus all your fire on breaking through them. Because if you're just firing little volleys every now and again... God, I am dying. if you just firing volleys every now and again, you're probably not going to break through them before it recharges. Wow. He did a number on me. Ah! Yes! Oxygen! So he's knocked out the oxygenation unit, my oxygen is falling, and my people are going to suffocate. This is not good. Let's get this all fixed up. Yeah, another quite nice thing involving oxygen, which you'll undoubtedly see later in this video, you can control all the doors. But these doors in particular are actually airlocks, so if you open them up, the oxygen is now draining from this room, as you can see, because it's gone red. And when there's no oxygen in a room, the people in it suffocate, which is very, very nice for when you get boarded, which does happen. Very annoyingly in my case, since I'm completely inept at dealing with boarding parties. But you can specifically open doors and suffocate certain people, but you can also use it to put out fires, because obviously if there's no oxygen, the fire won't burn. Right, so your gunnery, you are shields, and you are the pilot, so they're all fully healed, shields are being repaired, the engines are a go. And my shields are back up. Wonderful. Now, when I jump here, we'll probably see the enemy fleet come in. We stumble across a forward scout of the rebel fleet. Wonderful. They're powering up the FTL drive. Oh dear. Well, we don't want them to get away, so I've got the beams on the engines so that they won't be able to escape, and I'll disrupt their shields with the Artemis missile. That didn't seem to do a lot. He has a defense drone which shoots down missiles. Awesome. As you can see, I wasn't auto-firing, so I kind of forgot I had guns to shoot. Go! Okay, well, that's gone red now, so he's not going to get away from me using the FTL drive, at least. Let's fire another missile, go on. No, these missiles are useless, let's power that down. The other thing is, with missiles, you only have a certain number of them, so generally not a good idea to just fire them like crazy, like I've been doing. Of course, alternatively, what I could have done is targeted his drone control unit, and if I damaged that, I could have fired the missiles. But I didn't think of that at the time. Go me. I think for now I'll just target his oxygenation unit and make all the crew on his ship panic. Probably see a few doors open here, probably there. Surprisingly no, they just all retreat. Ah, there we go. You can see the doors open there, indicating his crew moving to try and repair the oxygenation unit. Now, after each fight you'll notice we've been collecting scrap, and scrap can be used to upgrade your ship, of which there are quite a few upgrades. So we can upgrade the shields, the engines, essentially all the subsystems. We can also upgrade the piloting, the sensors and the door system. And we can also buy extra power bars. Yes. So what I'm going to do, I think, I'm going to buy an extra power bar, and I'm going to buy some better sensors, because I quite like extra sensors, and you'll get an idea of what I was saying with the crew movement then. So, we'll go to an unvisited location. Well, we have to. Imagine we don't. A ship with pirate markings orbiting a nearby planet. Anything is possible for the right price. Hire him or blow him up. Blow him up. I mean, why wouldn't you? So now you can see, we can actually see inside his ship because I have upgraded sensors. And he has a dude in the shield generator. Not for long. Probably shouldn't be wasting a missile on this, but whatever, it's good fun. Right, so one of these is probably going to, hopefully anyway, run off and deal with the oxygenation catastrophe they've got. Well, that plan went well, didn't it? Take everything we have, just don't kill us. They'll give me a weapon if I accept an offer, so I think I'll do that. A burst laser 2, or burst laser 1. So it's just like my current gun and only worse. And I need more. Now you can see that requires 2 power and I only have 3, so I'll have to buy a weapons upgrade. Which each one of these gives you an extra power in the weapons system. Unfortunately I don't have enough to buy it at the moment, so we're going to have to go and kill someone else. What a shame! Actually it's quite a shame. Very, very low on health. You find an abandoned mining station on a nearby moon. Quick scan shows no life forms. However, you discover a usable drone schematic. Ooh. So if I go to equipment, there you are. Fair enough. So if I acquire a drone control unit, then I can actually use that, and if anyone boards my ship, they'll get some sweet robot death being dealt their way. A distress signal. Let's go have a look at the distress beacon. As you arrive, a civilian ship hails you. Thank you for responding to our beacon. Our FTL navigation has gone haywire and we can't plot a course to this depot. Yeah, we can lead you there. Now you can see this here is the rebel fleet, and this will slowly march across the screen in a very ominous way. And if you get inside that, then you fight some very, very powerful ships. Which is very, very horrible. You detect an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. We can't be having that! Ship moves in to engage your ship. Oh. I fear this might have been a mistake. Nevertheless, we shall soldier on. Right, let's take out his weapon system, because that looks a bit nasty. Fire a missile at his shields as well. Oh dear. No. He has an ion cannon thing, and that disables your a certain module, and he's disabling my shields. Aha, right, so there's a fire there, so I'm going to drain the oxygen from that area of the ship. And I think, yeah. Yeah, this game is actually pretty hard. Score 298. Awesome. So, yeah. So, if we start another game... Yeah. So apparently we've started off in a nebula, and that means we have no sensors. This is truly wonderful. And like any good roguelike, death is permanent, and the idea is just to sort of see how far you can get in one life. Hence the sort of roguelike-likeness they describe the game as. There you are, you can see we're in a little nebula. Good thing about nebulas is that the pursuing fleet actually doesn't move as far when you're in a nebula, for some reason. Let's get out of the nebula anyway. I don't like them because you can't use your sensors. You jump at an unremarkable system. Wonderful. Yeah, every time you jump, you use 1 fuel, and if you don't have fuel, you have to sit where you are and hope that no nasty things come and find you. So, unremarkable systems are not nice. You arrive at a populated sector. One merchant seems to be mass broadcasting a request for a mercenary ship to aid him. Shall we respond? Yes, we shall. Ship seems reasonably equipped. What? Reasonable is a word for it, I suppose. A freighter carrying a shipment of my goods is a week late. The fools flew through a pirate-infested sector. In the haste, I've Yeah, let's do this. Quest marker. What? Still just have to go past the exit. Oh well. We can work something out. Ooh, 4 missiles for 10 fuel. Yeah, go on. Fuel actually. As I said, fuel is actually quite useful. So, mind you, missiles are quite useful. Oh, well, I have 4 of them. Let's try to be a hero, shall we? Right. Oh, he's got one of those defense drones things. Don't like those. Right. Let's try and take it out, and then we can deploy the missile on him. One of my 4 missiles. Yeah. I haven't really spoken much about what I actually think of this game, but it's pretty fun, to be honest. I mean, there's quite a lot to think about when you're fighting. You know, should I be targeting his drone control unit? Should I be targeting his shields? Should I be what about my own things? Is something on fire? If it is on fire, can I deal with it via some intricate path of a vacuum? And then you get boarded. Can you somehow suffocate the guys, or do you have to fight them back? Are the subsystems that they're attacking actually going to cause a problem for you? Or yeah, no, there's a lot to think about. Even on like the map screen, you're constantly thinking, where should I be jumping to? If I try to go around a long way, they're going to catch up. This is also it also requires a lot of thinking, as you can probably tell from the way I'm stuttering with this, but yeah, it's pretty fun. It's very, very thought-provoking sometimes. In fact, most of the time. Go on, take out his shield. Go on. And the 8 scrap, are you mad? I'm not doing that. He's only got 1 hull left anyway, so yeah, no. Oh, this is genuinely a fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic. No, this is a really awesome game. Yeah. Mr. Merchant Man is kind enough to offer me some things that are far, far more expensive than I can afford. Thank you, Mr. Merchant Man. I'll buy a few extra missiles. Yeah, no, this game is really, really awesome. I mean, maybe not for everyone, but I find it really thought-provoking. The combat in it is thought-provoking, I think, in the same way that the combat in Dragon Age Origins was thought-provoking. There's a lot of specifically the PC version of Dragon Age Origins, in which there was a lot of sort of pausing combat and sort of surveying the battlefield and choosing how then you would proceed. And this is sort of similar in that regard. It's a bit of a tenuous reference, I suppose, but it's considering the price, you know, £7 or $10, this is a really, really nice game, and there's so much replayability here. I mean, you know, 9 ships to unlock, and each of them has 2 different loadouts depending on there's 3 achievements that you have to do for each ship. Like for take the cargo for myself. Haha. For this ship, there's things like you have to have 1 crew member of every race. So there's different races of crew members. I've only got humans at the moment, but there's like rock people and mantis people and all that sort of thing, and other than the humans, they all have their own particular advantages and disadvantages. The mantis people are very, very bad at repairing things, but very, very good at fighting invaders. The rock people move very, very slowly, but they are immune to fire and have loads of health. And so if I were to get 6 different types of alien, then I would unlock or I'd unlock one of the achievements, and then there's 2 other achievements which I can't remember at the moment, sorry. But if I were to complete 2 of those 3 achievements, then I would unlock a different setup for the ship to start the game with. And so that's, 18 combinations of starting the game, essentially. And each of them unlock in different ways, so that, there's tons of replayability. And every time you start the game, the map is completely different. It's all random. Now, what I'm going to do is actually get out of here. Try to dislodge the ship. I think I might have just killed some people. Oh well. I'm sure they weren't important. So, right now, we're at the exit, but there's something happening here, so we'll intervene anyway. Attack. Let's take out his shields and weapons. They're pretty stuffed, in my mind. Oh, that looks like a missile. And it missed. Haha. Fool. And now he has no guns. Power down the missile so I don't use any. Let's power up the engines as well. Might as well. Yeah, he's ruined. Nothing he can do now. Go on, finish. There we go. Some poultry loot. Some more poultry loot. Right, so now that I've reached the exit and I've finished the event in that area, we can move on to the next sector. And now you can see we have a map. Another one. Now, it sort of branches off, and you can choose which system to go to. So you can see there, we can go to the Zoltan controlled sector, and not go to that one. Go to this green one instead. So let's do that. And what happens then is we have an entirely different map with an entirely different exit, and you have to go through 7 sectors to get to sector 8, whereupon there is a fantastical boss battle that awaits you, which is ridiculously hard. I mean, the rest of the game is ridiculously hard, but that boss battle is absolutely insane. Spice local star charts. Oh. But I want to blow it up. Grr. Ooh, distress. Ooh, what's this? Awesome. Ah, right. So they've given me the star chart, so I can see everything, and I still want to blow them up. Right. Let's go to the distress signal. Why not? It appears a small laboratory fire out of control and is threatening to destroy the station. Their fire suppression system is not responding. We'll try and rescue the survivors. You're able to rescue a few survivors, many more are lost. One of the survivors offers to join your crew. Aha. There we are. So I now have... See, I just have 3 humans, but I now have an NG, who have double repair speed, but they are rubbish in combat. So I'll just stick him on the engines, because then he's close to the oxygeneration unit. And these guys are already getting experience, so let's upgrade the ship a bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some blast doors, and some upgraded engines. More engines, more evasion. Oh yes. Right, let's head there. There's an asteroid field, but I don't really care about that. Oh, that's a big ship. And it has many guns, which I'm about to blow up, so... Now, the guns actually charge up even if you're not targeting them with any... Ah! No! Cheeky thing. Shoot his guns, see how he likes it. So yeah, let's get my fast repair guy on there, then we can send him to the oxygeneration unit so my guys don't suffocate. Load up the lasers, and blast his guns. Then blow his oxygeneration units for good measure. Blow up his oxygeneration unit, that'll distract his crew. Hopefully. Get rid of the missile launcher now. Or not. Let's take down his shield. Fire! Never mind. Must remember auto fire. And he's nearly dead now. And the asteroids are finishing off for me. Thank you, asteroids. Let's get out of here. Yeah, no. Really, this game, for the price, I really can't recommend it enough. It's fantastic, especially if you're looking for something a bit thought-provoking. I mean, in terms of system requirements, it runs on pretty much anything. I've been playing it on my laptop, which has a Intel HD 3000 graphics, which it's not brilliant if I'm honest, but it runs nicely. That there's nothing really going on in terms of graphics. The nebulas can lag things up a bit sometimes, but you can see you've got dynamic backgrounds and stuff you can turn off, so that'll help improve performance. But otherwise, really, there's no need for something ridiculously powerful with this. And all in all, it's £7, $10. Ridiculously cheap, ridiculously fun, and with an insane amount of replayability. So yeah, I thoroughly recommend this game if you're interested in it, or even if you're not, frankly, because it's fantastic. So I think I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you for watching, and no doubt we'll be doing some of these reviews sometime in the future.